Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today I am bringing you the third process video for our April Build-A-Page series. As you have seen if you've been watching the series, we are doing a bingo challenge. So today's is going to be these photos I have at Buc-ee's, and I will be using the four corners. So I have two photos, two or more alphas, tags or tabs, and hearts or stars. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this Bella Boulevard paper that came with one of the scrapbook.com Schmel kits that I had pulled from, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that down. I believe I cut it down to 11 by 11. I'm then just going to take my craft knife and I'm going to just gut the center of it so that I can have that paper for later on down the road. And I'm just using just a cutting mat that I got at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 and my craft knife. So now that I have that cut apart, I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that down. And I'm just starting to build what I'm going to have as my foundation. At this point, I really didn't have any plan in place. I just knew I wanted to get some of the bright colors in and was going to be using these two photos. Now, I cut the photo down to 4 by 4 because there was a lot of blank space between the sky and the parking lot. And then I decided I really liked the navy blue color that was on the back of that paper that I gutted. So I'm going to go ahead and mat the photo of my husband, myself, and the Buc-ee's mascot first with this blue paper. And then I'm going to bring in the red paper, which is going to help me meet the requirements for the stars. And so I've gone ahead and double matted that. And then I decided I kind of was thinking I wanted to double mat the other photo as well. The piece of scrap that I had left wasn't quite big enough, so I cut it down to 3.5. Then I realized I didn't trim the top of that one piece of paper until after I started adhering it, and so I just kind of pulled it back up to clean up the edge. It's not perfect, it's not centered, but it looked a little bit better than it did before. And so now I'm just going to trim that up. So now I have both pieces of paper that are trimmed up, and now to meet the tags and tabs, I'm going to take this piece of Paige Evans paper, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the tags out of this and see which ones I want to use. I think I end up going with the one that says Happy Days, and then there's a blue one that you actually end up not seeing a whole lot of. The next thing I'm going to do, so here is where I'm just kind of cleaning up the edge a little bit. And I start out with having that tab going across, and then I know that I want to tuck things in. So I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper from the other day, and I am going to start fussy cutting these out. Now, I'm going to finish this off camera so that you don't have to watch me fussy cutting all of it. So you can see I have a pile there. The other thing I did was cut all those tags apart and the little word phrases and labels, and I have them off to the side. Now, as I'm looking at it, I decide that I'm just going to push everything together. I'd started out with having the photo in the bottom left and then the one in the top right, and I decided I'm just going to pull it all in together into one giant cluster, and I'm going to stagger those tags together, and that's going to be a base for building one of my clusters. So the next thing I want to do is add that journaling box in. So it says document this. It's going to bring in a little bit of the pink in. And now I'm just starting to place some of the bigger pieces. So I have the Making Memories puffy sticker, and then I have the remember word, and then I grab the label that says I'm so happy with you, and now I'm going to start putting the florals in. And this I'm going to use again as my base to build all of my clusters in my word phrases so that they're not just sitting there. And then I did take the floral stickers that were from Paige Evans, and because I only had two, I'm going to put one at the top left, and then I will pull one at the bottom, just so that they're diagonal from each other, and it brings it into more than one of the areas on the page. So here I'm just kind of cleaning it up, and I start out with having the So Happy With You above Remember, and then I decided I want it to be below where all the lights are, and it's kind of dead space in the photo. So it just says Remember, So Happy With You. And now I'm building up that bottom right hand cluster. So I'm going to take the other floral sticker, the travel map, and then a few more of the fussy cut flowers, and I'm going to put that down there. I'm just going to put in that little gap up above another of the yellow florals. And then around each of the tags, I'm just tucking things in and out so it looks like they're just kind of tucked in and out of the tags themselves, as if, I'd thrown it all down onto the counter, and that's how they landed. So on the bottom left-hand side, I'm going to build my third cluster, and again, I'm just going to run those florals up, tucking some below the layer, one of the layers, and some above, and then I will have the last one actually on top or over the corner of the photo. Now I want to try and finish my title, so I did move the Making Memories over, and it just kind of finished any gaps that appeared between running the florals and the map across, and tied it all together. And then what I'm going to do is then say Making Memories, and then I'm going to put the word at using one font, and then I'm going to use, and that's in orange, which pulls a little of the orange in. And then in the red, I'm going to write Buc-ee's, which is the name of the gas station that we stopped at. This place is unreal. It's like a gas station on steroids. They have a sporting goods section. They have a men's section, children's section, women's section, home goods section, a whole big area of like your grocery store, quick stop type pop and all that. And then they have food. They have like a whole wall that's different kinds of beef jerky. And then they have a whole counter of different fudge. And then they had this whole big section that you could get hot made, pulled pork, pulled brisket, pulled chicken, and all these other foods. I think they may have even had pizza, I'm not sure. Then they have this whole drink section, coffee section. It is just unbelievable. And then the number of gas pumps. My husband just described it as being much. Anyway, the pulled pork was really good. I don't know if I'd want to go back again for the craziness, but now I can say that we were there and it's documented, and, it was a unique place to stop on our way down to Florida. So now that I have the Buc-ee's title down at the bottom, I did grab the heart that says Together, and then I'm taking these wood veneer cars that I had pulled out, and I am coloring them in blue because my Jeep is blue, so I thought that kind of made sense. And it pulls a little bit more of the blue from like the Vicki Boutin Remember font up above. And so I'm just going to color in 3 of them. One will be over by the Buc-ee's. Another one will be over in the corner where I did take the puffy that says Snap a Photo. And then I'm going to have one up by the word Remember. Now I start out with having it on the left-hand side, and I'm just not thrilled with it kind of floating there. And I also wanted to get the hearts in that I had. So I'm going to end up pulling it over and putting it between the ascender on the B and the R. And it's just the perfect little gap up there. You're going to see I'm going to move it in a moment, and it works perfect. The other thing I was able to do is pull the tab and put that in the top picture. So now I pull a little bit of the blue up. Here's where I'm moving it around. And it just was looking awkward with the heart. And so now that I moved it, and then it gave me a little place to put the heart. I'm going to grab the butterfly and the scenic root. So now I'll have document the scenic root and then the butterfly up above. I have all the hearts in, so I have made my bingo. I have hearts and tabs, 2 photos, 2 or more alpha, and some stars. So I want to thank you for stopping by. Make sure that you check out Christy, Shannon, Sheila over on Instagram, and Moira and Jen as we build our pages and make our layouts. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow for another process video. Bye-bye.